Hello everybody and welcome to Page Executive's ENABL series on creating your NED brand. And today I'm joined by Holly Quincey, the Chief Talent Officer at Lloyds Banking Group. Holly, please could you introduce yourself to our members?
Yeah, hi, great to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm Holly Quincey. I'm the Chief Talent Officer at Lloyds, as you said, Joe, and I look after everything from GEC down the organisation in regard to talent, succession planning, talent programs, hiring, executive hiring, all hiring across the organisation, our brand and EVP work, and also our next gen talent segments, so grads, interns, apprenticeships, and school leavers. I also look after hiring in our international and talent in our international locations as well, Joe.
Amazing. So, Holly, on top of all of that, I understand that you're on 2 advisory boards as well. So, how did you get your first position?
So really interesting, actually. Yes, I sit on two boards in the US, both US AI businesses. One of them is an AI talent management platform where we look to match people's skills for growth in their careers. So how do you match people's skills to future career moves? And the other one is a blockchain AI business around verification. So how do you verify people's skills, qualifications, background experience, right to live and work, and all things anything that you need verifying actually as part of an end-to-end talent process. So those are the two businesses that I'm involved in. Actually, how I got my first advisory board position was through doing some innovation and experimental work when I was working at Bayer in Germany. We wanted to look at how we could move to a skills-based organization. So I went out to everyone in the market and spoke to all of my contacts to really learn who was great in this space and who was thought leading in this space and who was truly transformational. And it was actually Gartner that put me in contact with Eightfold AI. And so I trotted off to San Francisco, spent some time over there with, I think it was 27 of them when they first started out in 2019, and a couple of my team. And that's how I got involved with Eightfold. And I've been involved with them for the last 6 years.
So that's quite a lot that, if you think about your day job and then these advisory positions, how are you managing your time and how much time are you having to give to these advisory roles?
Yeah, so it's a really good question, one that my boss asks me a lot. It's always interesting when you try and take on more things. I'm also a governor of a school board, and I also try and do a lot around social mobility where I can and help with schools work. So lots going on. I'm also the chair of our foundational charities in Lloyds. So yeah, very lots and lots. I like to be busy. I like a challenge. The good thing about the advisory boards that I sit on is that they're in the US. So the time difference does help me in terms of planning my day, because actually our boards are typically in the evenings over there because they're West Coast US. So that's helpful because that's my personal time, not my working time. But I'm really rigorous around my diary management. So I'm really good at blocking time out in my diary for thinking, for reflecting, and for engaging with these other organizations, and from constantly learning and growing of what's going on in the market and talking to people externally. So really good PA, fantastic diary management, and helpful businesses that are in a different time zone.
I love that. It's a good PA. Remember that, everybody. So
on most reflection, important job in my team.
Yeah, it probably is actually. But when you think about, on reflection, which of your executive skills have you found have been the most helpful in making you successful in this sort of advisory role or in your school governor role? Because I think that what I'm trying to get our members to understand, that the skills that they've gained at that exec level will support them in a NED role or an advisory role if that's the way that they want to go. So which skills have you found useful and transferable?
Yeah, so for me, look, when I think about skills of the future, I'm always thinking about, agility, how digital somebody is, how data orientated, how data literacy literal someone is. Can they deal with complexity? And how much capacity can they create for themselves to be able to constantly be thinking about doing more than one thing? So when we look at potential in Lloyds now, and when I think about it for myself, it's all around pace, complexity, and capacity. So what's your horsepower? How much horsepower have you got to be able to take on more and still work at pace and have that agile thinking, but with that underpin of that digital capability? So I've been very passionate around data-driven decision making. I've been very passionate around AI as it comes into the market and how it can impact the world of work. So something you're interested in and enjoy, but also something where you can, as you say, build those skills. But being tech savvy in today's world is just a must, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I suppose that's the evolution, isn't it? From years ago, AI has got a place in this conversation, and I feel that we have to embrace it. So if you think about transferable skills that you have gained as an exec leader,
Yeah.
what have been the three top ones for you, aside to digital? Anything else that you're feeling that is important that people need to have?
I think navigating change. So having that ability to constantly transform and change something. The world will never be this slow. So how can you keep up with constant change and transformation? I think there's something about complexity in today's world. How do you deal with complexity? And how can you tell stories that are simple through complexity? So how do you simplify the complex? And collaboration. You've got to be thinking end to end, and you've got to be thinking about your customer, whether you're serving customers directly or you're serving those that are serving customers. You've got to be able to think end to end and collaborate to join up your propositions so that you can have the greatest impact on your customer and therefore enable business growth.
Brilliant, thank you. So do you have any sort of practical advice for our members on how to improve their brand, their CV, and networking internally and externally? Because I know that many of them will be guilty of keeping their head down, focused on the day job, and not really thinking about their brand in that wider context.
Yeah. So I think, look, your personal brand is absolutely key to your own personal success. I think having a growth mindset, constantly thinking about insights from the external market, who your network is, what conferences you're attending, how you're showing up in your networks, what your social media presence is, what you're passionate about, what you're talking about in the external market are all really important things. I think there's an internal brand that you need to have in terms of the organization you're working for, but there's an external brand that needs to be relevant, it needs to be insightful, and it needs to be thought-provoking. And therefore, for me, I've been very big on kind of building my professional network, talking at industry conferences, making sure that I'm around the table when people are talking about topical subjects with my peer groups. And I've had really great mentors and coaches through my career. And I think that's really important as well. Have a great coach and have a great mentor.
And is that something that comes to you naturally, to be able to do that external brand piece? Or was it your coaches saying to you, this is what you need to do? And then how was that transition for you?
Yeah, so I quite enjoy public speaking context, whether you're presenting something to one-on-one to your boss, whether you're presenting to a small team or group, or whether you're standing up on stage at a conference. Storytelling is a really key skill for how you really join the dots up for people and how you share that end-to-end thinking. So I think that skill of storytelling, being able to present, being able to talk to people in a way that simplifies the complicated, as I said earlier, is really, really important. Now, I've had some good background training in that. People that I've worked with haven't necessarily had that over the years, and I've brought that into our team through coaching and mentoring myself, others. So I think it doesn't mean if you haven't had it through education, you can't gain that skill later on in your career. It's finding the right coach and the right people that can help you build that skill of clear storytelling.
Yeah, and I think that's great. It's never too late to learn and pick these
Absolutely
skills up.
not.
And I think
Absolutely
it's
not.
just being brave about it if this isn't your
Exactly.
thing.
And
So,
start little steps, start by presenting in small groups, and build your confidence.
yeah, I love that. So, as a talent leader, what do you think needs to be included on the CV to make it stand out, and make our members more marketable? Is there any top tip you can give?
Yeah, I mean, think about, again, through storytelling, but think about when you're presenting yourself, it's back to this brand question. Think about how you're presenting yourself in the external market. Be succinct with your profile, but really be thoughtful about some keywords that you're putting in there, whether it's digital, data literacy, agility, pace, complexity, all of these things. Think about, are you tech savvy? Are you a relationship person? Think about, are you customer orientated? Are you global? Think about some of the words that you're using. I think it's also really important, if you can, to show little videos that you might have done or pieces of work. I think it's really good to maintain liking others' work, and some people write white papers and post those externally. So really kind of build your profile in the external market, get out as much as you can, and be visible.
Because I suppose that CV changes, doesn't it, for a NED role or an
Yeah,
advisory role.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
with that in mind, if you're doing it, put it down. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying? If it's
yeah,
something additional to the day job, please put
yeah.
it on there. Okay.
Absolutely. And be data driven as much as you possibly can. Show the facts, show what you've achieved. And that can really help as well.
That's really excellent advice. You recently relaunched your EVP.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Can you give us some background or context of why that has been a focus for you in 2025?
Yeah, so as I came back into Lloyds, I realised that actually we really needed to modernise. It didn't feel digital, it didn't feel modern. We were using stock photography, we weren't using real people doing real jobs. And it was really important to me that our EVP is really authentic and really talks to our brand of helping Britain prosper. We have huge amounts of diversity in both our leaders and our workforce. We have 67,000 people in Lloyds, and actually we really wanted to showcase our customer portfolio and really showcase how we help Britain prosper. So for me, relaunching an EVP that really talks to an inclusive lens culturally, really showcases our people doing real jobs in all of our videos, in all of our marketing. We're not using any models or stock photography. And how we're pushing that EVP out in a more modern, contemporary, vibrant way really shows to the transformation of the bank. And the bank's transformation is underpinned by tech and talent. And if we can get the right products to our customers, through technology, and we've got the right people with the right skills in the right roles, will transform this bank. And we're on that journey, and we're doing really well on that journey. So for me, that EVP and that value proposition to attract great people and great talent had to have those lenses across them. I think when we think about hiring as well, and how we're using our EVP to attract talent in, and our events and campaigns all across the country, we're really thinking about that diversity of people, and how, as I say, we can really help to bring in a real diverse and a much more inclusive set of talent into the organisation.
That's really wonderful to hear, and good luck. And has the engagement been really good with that then? Because it's showing the breadth of your people in that organisation.
Yeah, I mean, look, we launched 3 weeks ago, Faster Forward. That's what we're doing. We're working at pace. We're profiling people with real diverse backgrounds from all over the organisation and the UK. And it's been phenomenal, the response that we've got, actually. We really have been amazed at the ROI on that new employer brand.
Well, thank you very much for sharing. You've given us some really good food for thought and insight for our members. So I want to say thank you very much, Holly, for your time, and thank you for joining me today.
That's fine. It's been an absolute pleasure, Jo. Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you. Bye.